Hi guys, I was in the shopping centre there earlier on, and I went into the toilets. There was this Chinese boy by it in it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know fuck what he was. He wasn't in the cubicles, or he wasn't doing the number one. He was just standing in the toilet, you know. And whatever he was rooting at this and that, and putting his hands in pockets and fiddling about and all, mentally insane. Rummaging around this thing anyway, and I went in and I said, imagine why, you know. And he says to me, I don't speak English. What sort of a mental is the pain, mentally insane out there, you know? I don't understand English. This is the people out there in society today that we're dealing with. Is a Chinese boy. That's good morning in Irish. But I don't understand English. A bit about De Valera and Collins. De Valera was in deprivation. He didn't want to play second best to Michael Collins because he knew that Collins was outshining him. And with the election, he tried to get in or was elected. He didn't get elected. De Valera didn't. So he said, "Buddy, you'll probably come up with a plan to get Collins shot," which he did do. And this was the whole where the corruption stemmed from. Him, there, that era there it stemmed from. He went to America, was over with the American sympathizers, and got the money. The sympathizers raised money for the revolution, you know, and come back here and set up his own newspaper and was printing whatever he was printing for that there, which paved the road basically to this day and age with the corruption, you know. There's where it stemmed from. But when Collins been shot, or however the fuck he was, well, it was supposed to be Sonny O'Neill was the next fucking sniper, or next British sniper, you know, that was let go out of the army. He was shot in the arm or something, and you know, he was a sniper, and just unlucky that Collins got shot that day. But there's where the fucking corruption stemmed from, up there at De Valera, and the 1922 constitution that he changed in 1937, or re-fucking read his own constitution to suit themselves and his own fucking cronies, watered down the 1922 constitution that Collins had a hand in, or his men had a hand in writing it, and watered it down that was for the people, by the people, and straight down the line. The power didn't go to Collins' head, it went to the bit that De Valera went to his head too, which exactly played out right down to this day and age now, where the power has gone to the people's heads, or these people's heads that are fucking mentally insane, and that's running this program with the people that's on the ground, or the shells, or the informers, or the touts that they have working for them. Mentally insane, an awful lot of them as well. Like, and what they're playing at and what they're doing is, we're dealing with mentally insane people who believe that their behaviour is normal, and your reaction to their harassment and stalking tactics is what's crazy. This is what they are trying to portray, you know. It's to try and bait you into traps as well, which they done with me. Like the time that I stayed down in Enniskillen for a while, and then when I moved back up here, you know, when your mum was upstairs banging the doors, the usual, and then moved back up here, was baiting me into a trap. you know, to assault someone or commit a crime, you know, that they weren't going to prosecute anybody else, only fucking me, and which they done that. They baited me into a trap. So that's what the mentally insane people do to you, you know. But their actions is justified, you know. But that's what they think, you know. They have the mindset of Hitler. Hitler had the mindset of that killing, torturing and maiming men, women and children, the Jewish men, women and children in his era was normal. This was a normal fucking thing to do. That's the mindset what Hitler had. And this is what the mindset these people have today, is think it's normal as well. By running this Stasi-run Sowjetson East German program, psychological warfare, crimes against humanity, psychological harassment, crimes against humanity. You know, this is the tactics they play. But this is the worst. It's the worst crime that was ever committed in the world. This program, this tactics, this program that they're running. It's the most corrupt and the most evilest and the most inhumane program that's ever run around the world. Plain and simple about it. But what do you do when you've ex Hitler by thinking that they're normal in there, you know? But there again, the corruption and the power struggle, the whole power thing, you know. You put on a fucking uniform and you think, you know, you're Superman. Then after that, you know, you can do anything. You know, this is the tactics. But it's like they'll create an enemy to use against you. They'll create the enemy and create the fear. The enemy will create the fear against the Irish people. This is the tactics. I suppose it was like them creating COVID. You know, everybody feared that. You know, they were in fear over that. But this is the exact same now too. With what was on, I seen on the video there or something. Stock up on another fear tactic. Stock up on bread and food and milk and all the rest of it. Tin food and all this, carry on, that there's something happening. You know, this is the tactics here. This is the other tactic as well they'll use. This boy's after coming down a mile long of a lane. He was here yesterday as well, and this is what he does. Now, he's pretending to be on his phone. This is another psychological warfare, harassment tactic that they play. He's after driving from the road. The lane's about a mile fucking long, and it's not in the best of condition. Down here, this car, and look at his phone. This is another psychological tactic, psychological warfare tactic, harassment tactic to use. But he's after driving down there. Now we're going back to the mentally insane as well. You know what I'm saying? The mentally insane people. Like, who would do it? You know, drive down a mile long of a lane, sit there, pretend he's on his phone for 5 minutes, and then fuck off back out again. This, what do you call this? What would you call it in plain sight? You know, this is the whole scenario, guys. You know, but like people out there don't think that yous are how would I pronounce it? Fucking. That it won't come knocking on your door. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it'll probably be in another while. What they'll do is come round knocking on your door to see how versed the Irish people are in the Islamic religion. You know, and if you're not, you'll be getting nursed. This is what's going on. And I believe too that there is Irish people out there that knew what was coming to this country and knew what's going to happen in this country and never would stand up and say anything, you know. But it was the exact same thing in De Valera's era too, in the 1920s, when he reread the Constitution in 37, that the people said nothing about it and the English government didn't say anything about it. And what's happening today? Nobody's standing up and talking about anything. Just go with the narrative. That's what they're doing. But that's I don't know how long that is, guys. I'm on the fucking takes for ages to upload this video. It's only 10 minutes, but you can see where I'm coming from, or you can see where the tactics play into each other, you know, and then with all the shit like that I went through and was put through or whatever, you know, where all the different steps down along the line, they could be building a case on you, you know, to either jail you or get you mentally incarcerated or some fucking thing, you know. But this is their tactics. This is the Nazi-run East German fucking program that's run round the world, you know. But this is the tactics here. This boy sitting here for 5 minutes or pretending he's on his phone. Like, you can't do that out there. You have to drive down to a mile long of a lane down to a dead end to do this, you know. This is the tactics to play, guys. This is the psychological warfare to drive you insane through these tactics day in and day out, you know. Yeah. But that's it, guys. I'll leave it at that. As the boy from Mayo says, what does he say? He says, "Follow me, I'm delicious." Yeah, the lefty loonies or the woke crowd fucking got him, you know, attacked him and got him. And another thing too, guys, what they're actually doing out there, they're going into the community and they're portraying, say, like, you know, that I'm a racist and this is the way they'll get these foreign people or these black people to attack you as well. What's they are doing, saying that I'm racist, you know, and that I'm a bigot and all the fucking rest of it, you know. But this is how they get the people to attack you, you know. I was talking to a woman in there, she's sitting at a stall selling stuff or whatever it is for cancer research, or, you know, or nurses that you know, for the cancer and all, neck nurses or whatever it is, you know, I don't know, and the government gives 4 million to this, to cancer research or whatever it is, or rehabilitation or whatever the fuck it is. They know how to cure cancer and prevent cancer, and they can tell the people how to do this. It's not hard to do all this, but they don't want to do that because the simple reason is that they're making too much money out of the cancer. People dying and people have to be looked after and treatment and all the rest of it. That's how bad human beings fucking well are, or these people are. Don't cure it, but just keep it going. And it's the exact same. It's the exact same thing if you're in a war. Don't shoot the soldier dead. Just shoot him in the leg, where he's a fucking. He'd be a hindrance to the rest of the soldiers. It's going to take him, or it's going to take them more time and more effort to try and get him out, or get him, you know, look after him. You know, when you're shot dead, you're dead, and that's it. None of the rest of them. But it'd be a hindrance to the rest of the soldiers. You know, this is the tactics to play, guys. And it's round the whole lot. It runs in everything. You know, it runs in every fucking thing. They could cure it in the morning if they wanted it, but they don't want that. It's as simple as that. Because, and It's as simple as that. It's all boils down to money, every last thing with them, you know. Alright guys, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Peace out.